This is Andre Leroy Davis in Harlem. Though I am a Brooklyn kid, we always got to make that clear. With Inspire magazine at the 50 Shades of Dre show. If you didn't see it, if you missed it, hopefully it'll come to Brooklyn or someplace else near you. It's a trip through hip hop, through my eyes. From here to here?
Yeah, we could do that.
All right, so I'll actually break it down because I hung the walls, you know, in my own sense. It made kind of like from Eve, in the Garden of Eve, to Moses, you know, spreading the word,
right,
to the legends who passed away, to the classic Run-D.M.C, to Jam Master Jay who passed away. So this is kind of my honorary wall right here, and touching folks with religion even without being religious.
Exactly.
And you know, I know you said mention these, but then it swings over to the Slick Rick wall.
Yes.
From the very first piece I did for the Source on Slick Rick, right before they locked him up. And then I did this thing with like 5-6 drawings where I just took names like Dave the Dope Fiend and brought them to visual life, you know? So that's what that is. But this wall, amazingly, this is probably the first time back in '86 I was still in school where I drew artists, hip-hop artists, you know? Before that I was drawing a lot of Morris Days and Ashford and Simpsons and Rick James. But for some reason it never struck me to just draw like the people that I love. Like I love Curtis Blow. Yeah. And I never drew Curtis Blow.
That's interesting.
And so my intention is to go back one day and start drawing
to
Curtis
redraw
Blow
everybody else that you did.
Because when we had the artist talk, Kango was here and he was talking all this smack about that I never drew him or anybody from UTFO, which is true.
Wow.
So part of it would be going back and drawing some of the old heads, that type of thing. But this probably is the one that really just started me drawing.
This one right here, right?
Yeah, started drawing MCs because I drew them and then I drew the Fat Boys, which almost I almost hung that in this show. Yeah. But from there, you know, got out of school and started doing work for magazines and wasn't drawing anybody still that looked like me. Right. Until I happened across the Source. Right. And started with those earlier drawings that were down there, and the rest is history.
Now, did you submit your work to the Source or did they come to you?
Now, what would happen was back in the day, early 90s, you would have your portfolio. Walk around, you would go to different magazines, make appointments to see art directors. Right. There was a way that the work was done, you know, to do freelance for magazines. So I had just picked up my portfolio, the Lower Village from, I think, Paper Magazine or some magazine back in the day. Yeah. And went to the newsstand, which you had to do to get work. You looked to see what new magazines were out, where they were located, where the art directors was out. So I walked in, I saw a Source, picked it up. I was like, all right, they're close by. Used the corner phone booth. I said, I'm an illustrator. I want to come by, show you my portfolio. He's like, come on over. It was John Schechter. They were in one room. So went right over. He saw it and he said, you know, I've been thinking about trying to put an illustration in the back. His mind immediately went to Mad Magazine. Right, how the characters look. The pictures folded and there's some kind of picture that was made from folding a page. So he said, can you come up with an idea for Easy and the FBI? And I was like, yeah, I got that. He said, but we need it in 2 days. So I was like, all right. So drew it, brought it in 2 days, and figured that was it. Then he called me the next month. Wow. Did another drawing, called me the next month. 16, 17 years later. Yeah, this is what's up. That's what it was. So it was simple as that. Yeah. You know, people was like, how did you get down with the Source? When I got down with the Source, they weren't the Source. They were in one room. Right. And they just came to New York. Things changed. Yeah. And I took a chance and rolled with it because I was drawing people, like I said, that looked like me. I was doing other magazines, but I wasn't really, you know, drawing people that look like me. Right. So I was only getting $50 when they started the Source, and everything was in black and white. Sheesh. So I rolled with it, took a chance. I mean, I didn't think about where it would go. Right. But it was something that you loved. It was something that I loved, so I was willing to take the chance and do it. And the rest is history. That's an amazing story, I tell you. What would you say, like, what do you see now as far, like, to me, I look at music it can be expressed in so many ways, but the way that you broke it down, I don't really see anyone breaking it down like that now at all. Well, I'm in the funny game, but I take the funny game real serious. Right. So everything that I draw, I think about. You know, my point of view is this: I don't want anybody to be able to come to me and check me. You know, you can't tell me this is not true, this isn't factual, this thing.
It's
like yours. I remember somebody saying, I did a drawing of Wu-Tang, formed like Voltron, and somebody checked me and said, it wasn't him who said it, it was Jizz, it was Riz. I was like, nah, go check your reference, because I made sure I knew what it was. With my work, anything that I drew, I've checked down, I made sure it's factual, or either I experienced it or know it.
So can't nobody tell you nothing.
So, like with the Mary J. Blige, with the chicken, if you don't know what happened, you got to do your research to know about the chicken and know that the exact quote is what she said. So it's just stuff like that.
That's
deep. I really don't try to make total asses of people, because that's real easy. But if they do it themselves,
you work with it.
I'm gonna supply the visual.
Man. I just think the creativity is it's very unique and it's so dope, and it's like I really feel like no one's gonna come around and do this ever again. I see people who reach out to me and say they were inspired by my artwork, and a lot of them are real great drawers, incredible artists, which is always good for the soul. But my thing was always, it had to be twofold. As the writer in me had to write a good joke, to, you know, and then bring it to life visual. So it's all about writing it, making it make sense, connecting it, and that way, if you don't necessarily get the written joke, you get the visual joke. If you don't get the visual joke, either or.
The written joke. If you get them both, then I've been totally successful.
Wow, that's so dope. Okay.
So,
what advice would you have to like someone who's looking to you know, use their creativity to spread some sort of message, whether it's serious, whether it's funny, but at the end of the day, it's still a message that reached a lot of people?
My real advice would be, it doesn't matter what anybody else says, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. If it's a message that they really believe, then who gives a fuck what anybody else thinks?
Say it.
if you're faking the funk and trying to give a fake message, then that's I don't want to hear you anyhow. But if it's what you believe, say it. Somebody's gonna get it. It's gonna inspire somebody, especially if it's real. Then I just say do it. Take a chance. I mean, there's a lot of people that's not gonna like what you do. There's a lot of people don't like what I do, so they just don't have to look at it.
But there's plenty of other people that will, so that makes up for it,
so I'm true to what I do. So you know, if you don't like it, I'm cool with it.
Cool.
I'm gonna keep doing it.
That's what's